All right, what you doing here? What you looking at? Don't make me get upset because I'll pull out my gun and shoot you. Oh, well, it's not going to go anywhere, if I don't have it loaded up and equipped. But anyway, let's go ahead and do that now. But anyway, first, hello and welcome to the world of pride. And I am your host. Your host. The one and only. Kippy Love. I just wanted to see how long you were going to wait for me to do all this weird stuff, until you finally were like, come on, hurry up, say your name. Don't rush me. Really? Okay, just wait until I get it loaded. But anyway, let's check this monster out. I've had this monster. This is a new one here to me. It's a little updated. I'll show you the updated part in a minute. But this is the PlayStation Move sharpshooter gun, and it's got a lot of cool little features to it. Originally, you put those little stickers on here that came with it. You had this sticker and this sticker and some more stickers on this side of it and stuff like that. And you can see the stickers starting to come off. I gotta tape it down or something like that, because it's starting to come off. But yeah, it's got some cool little features to it. We'll go down the list and show you everything. First of all, before we load it, I'll show you this. This is the arm part here that you can put up against you while you're shooting like this, and depending on how you feel, how far you want it to be, you can do it like this where it's right here by you. But if you want to have it a little bit further out, it's got 3 stages that you can pull out. You got first one, 0, then you got first one, so that makes it a little bit longer away from you, and then you got 2, a little bit further, 3, a little bit further, and that's 4. No, that's 3. Okay, so you got 0, 1, 2, 3, or you got 1, 2, 3, 4 position, and this just makes it a little bit longer. It's for those people that don't want to be looking down the scope. They can look down the scope, it depends on whatever. But that's one thing I am looking for right now. If anybody knows about the scope thing, this can come off or something like that. I think it's where you can, if you unscrew it and everything, you can take this piece out and replace it with something, or if it breaks or something, you can put another piece in there. But if anybody knows where to get the best scope that would work for this, where I can slide it on here and attach it, so that way I can look down the scope and everything. That's probably best when it's like in this position here, so I can look at it down here like this. Oh man, break your jaw doing that shit too, but you gotta be careful. Well, in a real gun it would kick back and probably break your jaw or something like that. But let me know what the best scope is for this. I've seen red scope and red dot scope and some other ones, that you can, that don't really go on here, but you can buy the accessories and all that stuff. But let me know if you know the best scope to use for this gun. Okay, then besides this, and this is the button that you push in to release it, so you can't go in, but if you push this button in and then push in with your elbow, then it'll go in. Then you have this button here, and it's on both sides of it. It's on both sides of it like that. And this for just the regular 1 dot is for 1 shot, and then 2 button for 2 shots, and then if you want to do like that, you go all the way up to to that. So it's like minimum shot, regular medium shot, and then you got the automatic shot up there. And like I said, I got the button on this side. You can see it changes either way you touch it, on this side or that side. Then you have the lock button, and you have a lock button on both sides where you can lock it down, and that'll keep you from getting trigger happy, accidentally shooting somebody or sneaking up on somebody, and you're like, I'm gonna shoot him in the back. Ooh, oh man, I shot him. I didn't really want to, but you know, that's why they got a lock here, so you can't go in and lock it. Then they got this button down here, and it's I think it's a reload button, or maybe it's a grenade button or something. I forgot. You know, it depends on what game you're playing. And this button was here. Originally was down on the bottom here. You used to have a button right here. Now you do have a little rope here. You can put on, so in case you drop it or something. I need to get another things like tie it on here or something like that. I'll get my woman to help me do it, because she's better at, you know, smaller tiny things, because you know I can't really see that well anymore. But I'm gonna get my woman to put rope on here so I can put the handheld, in case it falls out of my hand or something like that, it won't fall to the floor and break. But originally this button here was down on the bottom, and I guess they had a lot of, oh no, wait, there is a button. Okay, there it is. That's the one I was looking for. That's the reload button. Never mind, just call me crazy. I can't remember where things are. It's been so long since I've even seen the little button down here. I thought it was up here, because but it's made that way so when you're doing bombs and stuff, like, you know, you want to drop some mines on the ground and stuff like that, you don't actually have to point down or, you know, whatever. You can just drop it like through here. So like while you're playing it, you can come down and push that button. It'll drop a couple bombs or whatever, you know, mines. Then you have the triangle and the square buttons here, and they do a certain couple moves, and that helps out because on the navigator one, it's only got the circle and square buttons, and you can access them with your thumb and stuff like that while you're playing the game. And so that helps out a little bit. You can, like, you know, if you can trigger it or something like that, maybe you can use your middle finger, put your other finger here, and then you can like touch these with this, or you can use your, I don't know if you can, I guess, I don't know, maybe you can do it with all your fingers, something like that, but you still got to have this finger on here so you can shoot that one. So we got it locked up right now. And then you have the recoil or the reload button when you want to reload your gun. And then of course, you know, you're going to have, this is where your move navigator goes in here, and then your move controller goes in here. And this basically has the start and the select button. So you can push this button in, and that does your start, and then the other side does your select button. So you got your start and select here. So you can go ahead, and you have to do a lot of jumping around when you're doing it. You got these buttons, you got this down here, you got the buttons on the controller here, and then of course if you want to start and stop the game, you can come up here and start, you know, and select, you know, if you want to record your video or something like that. But let's show how the move and the navigator goes in here. You have these buttons here, and you got one on each side, so you push it this way towards the gun, and then you pull up on this piece here at the same time. But you got to be careful that you don't rip it off, because you got little sections up here that hold this in, you know, and if you break it off up here, you know, of course it'll pop off all the time. Now if you notice in here, you've got this piece, and it does come up and down, and that's where you're going to plug in the bottom of the move. the move controller, this move controller. And you got the little things right there, and you want to stick that in here. So you gotta be careful. Make sure you get your wire out of the way. And then you stick it in here carefully so you don't tear it up. You gotta make sure you put it in here the right way. And then you clamp this down a little bit. So, oh, I turned on the machine. I didn't want to, but oh well. Anyway. And then you slide this back up on the top part so it clips into position. So that way it'll hold down. And then you pull this part down, make sure it clamps in there. Everything's got to be clamped in just right. Don't want it falling apart or falling off when you're using it. So now that's what it looks like there. And then this one's a little difficult down here. Uh-oh. Is that good news or bad news? Must have been bad news. But then you pull this little piece up here. It's got a little pivot right there, you can see. And then this will go into the hole. You got a little hole in case you got a little hole right here, and that's where your strap goes in. So first you have to stick it through the hole a little bit so you get the strap in there. And get the strap down there. Let's see if it'll go all the way through. There we go. And then there's the same way down here. There's no hole on the bottom. There's no hole on the bottom to stick this in. So you just have to basically stick the top part in first. You gotta stick this part in first. Then this part will slide in. Then you just clamp this down, and you gotta make sure it's in there completely, because if it's not in the right position, that it won't clamp. See how it didn't clamp right there? So you have to make sure you push it down there tightly. So it'll, did I get it in there right? I gotta have it, like I said, it's been a while since I've used this. I don't remember how it goes in. Okay, here, gotta stick that down in the bottom. Oh, I got this one working now, but is it gonna go in? Oh, do I have the wire in the way? All right, what's going on here? Oh, did I get in the right position? All right. This is a different kind of, boy, this is different. Let's see. Okay. Boy, this is crazy. I'm trying to get it in here and don't want to go in. Is the wire in the way or the string in the way? I got it back together, right? So why is it not going in? Oh no. Okay. Okay, so this gotta go. Hold on, I'm having difficulties right now. There. Now I think, there it is. It was just a little touchy. Just a little touchy. So I finally got it in there. So it goes in there, and then that way you can clamp this down. I have both of them are working. Da-da. And there's the other one back here. The light's on. So it's all working. And then you basically got your thumb. So this is where you move the character around. And then you have all your buttons right here. You turn on, you start, and then you have your shooting and all that stuff back here. And then you, like I said, if you can come up through here and push the start and select up here. Like I said, you really don't need to touch anything up here except for turning it on and whatever. So your main buttons are going to be right down here, like so. And then your shooting and all that stuff back here. Now, of course, this is in the way, kind of a pain in the butt, but of course, you really can't do anything about that, But the only thing I don't like about this version of the gun is there's nowhere to plug in your keyboard or whatever, your plug-in and stuff like that. They do have a hole in the bottom or in the top. I guess that's where you can put your string, so it don't hang outside. Let me readjust this. Yeah, there's a little hole down there on the bottom of it here, so that's where your string comes through. So let me go ahead and pull this back off here. and readjust this one more time. Yeah, that's where your string goes. I was like, huh. Alright. Put this in the hole. Da, da, da. Alright. Alright, now. There we go. Now, of course, now stick this back in here, and that right there, and this right here. Yeah, now we got it the right way. Alright, it takes a professional to know how to use these things, so you gotta learn how to do these things. So there we go. Now the string's out the bottom here instead of hanging out the side on both sides of the gun here. So yeah, you gotta be a professional to use these things. So don't try this with me, because I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, that's pretty cool there. You can, if you want to, you can, like, you know, tie that or tape it up here somehow or something like that, so it'll be out of your way, and so it's not all dangling down if you want to. But yeah, that's basically the way this gun is set up. You know, you can move your character. It's a little weird. You know, when I first started, I thought this was in the wrong position, because when you're shooting, you know, you're aiming like this, and then you have this button here, and you have to do it kind of on the side version. You can't be like straight on top of it like this, because that would be kind of awkward, you know, when you're doing it. You have to be like, you have to hold the gun like this, instead of, you know, where you can just hold it regular and everything. So I had to learn how to do it on the side, you know, with my thumb a little bit, and then you still have to, you know, move your hand back and forth like this to get to those buttons. And it's just a little awkward for me, but, you know, some people can probably do it better. But anyway, that's our look, our full look, as far as I know. But like I said, there's two things I want to figure out, is if they have the scope for this somewhere out there where we can get it, and that way I can do some close shots and look down the thing, the scope and everything. And then the only other thing I'm kind of disappointed is they don't have a section where you can plug it in and charge it while it's in the gun, without having to keep taking it out every time you want to charge the battery. But anyway, that's our video. If you get a chance to get you one of these guns, get one, you know, and we'll go from there, and y'all have a awesome day, and perfect tomorrow, and y'all catch you at the scratching post, where we can drink some coffee and have some catnip, do a little meowing and arfing or wolfing, and we'll talk to you later. Bye!